I'm audible now. Hope you are all taking best care of yourself and your family. Namaste and the Yoga Institute for this wonderful opportunity. Today we are going to discuss about migraine and its Ayurveda management. The topic of my presentation is managing migraine with Ayurveda. I'm going to share the presentation with you. I hope it's visible to everybody and I'm audible. So I'm Dr. Sandeep Madan. I'm a postgraduate in Ayurveda, working and serving people through Ayurveda since 2004. It has been more than 16 years here at Delhi, India, and uh, we have seen a lot of people who got relief from the migraine headache following the Ayurveda lifestyle and Ayurveda uh, diet and Ayurveda medicines and therapies. We will discuss step by step all these modalities in this presentation. So first of all, we should learn what is migraine. Uh, when we see the patients, when patient comes to us, most of the people begin their problem that doctor, I have migraine, but many times it's not migraine. So it's very important to differentiate the headache, the different types of headache from migraine. So migraine is a neurological condition. It's a problem, it's a disorder involving the brain functions with multiple symptoms like headache. Obviously, headache is the prime symptom the person presents, but the headache is always paroxysmal. That is, it is recurring. It's not that uh, you have headache and very acute headache and then it vanishes. It is always recurring. Some people they have the frequency of headache once a week, others may have once a fortnight, other may have once a month, and so on. But the headache is always paroxysmal or recurring. The severity of headache is intense. It's very irritating. It's very disturbing to the person who is suffering from the headache. Most of the time, the headache in migraine is unilateral. It means that it involves one side of the head. Maybe left-sided headache, maybe right-sided headache, but it's not uncommon to have a bilateral or the whole the pain in the whole of the head in migraine. So mostly it is unilateral, but it's not uncommon to have bilateral as well. Now the nature of the headache is throbbing or pulsating. The person who is suffering from headache often complains that he can feel the throbbing or pulsation near the temple areas. It's very disturbing. You can see the veins, dilated veins on the temple region, and the person is in intense pain. The second most common, most important symptom that a person suffers is nausea or vomiting. He may feel he will vomit out, or he actually vomits the content of the stomach, and then most of the people find relief after vomiting. The intensity of headache goes down, but it is also common that many people don't find relief. They still have, still suffer the intense headache for few hours. Then it goes down. The third very common symptom that a migraine sufferer suffers is the sensitivity to light and sound. Often we find that the person who is having headache tries to avoid the sound and the light, bright light. He will go to a dark room, a silent area, and he will try to sleep, and he will try to hold his head wherever he is feeling intense pain. This is very common. So sensitivity to light, whenever, and it's very common that many times people, when they go to the uh, very noisy area, or when they have exposure to very bright sunlight or very bright lights in the night, they uh, feel the pain. It's a very common trigger for the migraine. Again, the numbness or tingling sensation, mainly near the face area, forehead area, temple area, cheeks, neck area. It's a common finding of the migraine headache. Aura means the person has some intuition, he has some symptoms before actual headache begins. The person, like, he will find flashing of lights before his eyes, distorted vision, lightness in the body. He will feel very light, and suddenly the head becomes very heavy and painful. The aura may, we will discuss in the symptoms as well, this condition, the aura of the migraine headache. So if the person is presenting you with recurring headache which is very intense, which is unilateral or sometimes bilateral, throbbing in nature, this pain is accompanied by nausea or vomiting, and the person gives the history that he is very sensitive to light, bright light and sound, and often feels the numbness and has symptoms of aura like flashing of light, distorted vision, etc. Then, and again, we will also consider the family history. If you find some other person in the family is also having same symptoms, then it is definitely, we label this headache as migraine. There is no investigation which can prove that you have migraine. Only the symptoms and the history given by the sufferer often helps the physician to decide whether you have migraine or not. Next, we will discuss some facts why this disease is very important. Is that it is a third highly prevalent disease globally, according to the Global Burden of Disease study or the survey, which was done in 2010, and it's still the same in 2020 also. It is a third highly prevalent disease globally. So we can have an idea how prevalent this problem is, and it really very bad for the nation's economy and the person's uh, career, a person's family. It's very important. In USA, 12% of the population is suffering from the migraine at some point of their age. And interestingly, the prevalence in females is 3 times higher than in males, owing to the hormonal changes. And there are higher incidence in childhood and adulthood. So it makes the studies, it makes the career, it makes the family miserable of a person who is suffering from this kind of headache. They often find themselves in a very bad condition whenever they have this headache. So childhood and adulthood, and this problem in most of the cases after 50 years of the age, when the estrogen levels diminish, it subsides. So there is definitely a relation with the hormones linked with the headache. So third highly prevalent problem, 12% of population in USA is suffering. Prevalence is more in females, higher incidence in the childhood and adulthood time, and it subsides as the estrogen levels diminish in the body. They are the very important facts that should be kept in mind. Then we will discuss about the causes of migraine. What are the various theories? What are the various factors that cause headache? Genetic predisposition, as we already discussed, that there is all, whenever you take history from the patient, from the sufferer, he or she will give a history that yes, her mother was a sufferer, or his mother is suffering, or her aunt or some cousin or some sister, they are also the sufferer most because it's most common in the females. So they will definitely have a genetic predisposition. He will have a history of heredity in these people. Weather changes, extreme cold, extreme summer, they aggravate the headache. Whenever a person goes outside and it's very extreme temperature, it will definitely trigger the headache. Emotional factors, very important. Frustrations, depression, anxiety, stress, tensions, they have some role in this uh, problem in the migraine. So whenever there is some emotional disturbance, the person suffers the migraine more often. Change in the biological cycle. If somebody is waking up late night, somebody is working late night or waking up too late, it definitely disharmonize the circadian rhythm or the biological cycle of the person. There are some hormone changes in the body and they trigger the migraine headache. Traveling often is not suitable for the sufferer of migraine. They often find themselves, whenever they are traveling, they will find the headache very intense and they suffer during traveling. Due to the change in the time zone, also, uh, they will find it very difficult to adjust to the time zones. So it is common as a cause of migraine. Birth control pills, as they will disturb the hormones in females who are using the birth control pill, they have higher incidences, higher frequency of having the migraine headache. Also, onset of puberty comes with attack of migraines. During the delivery of the child, if some female is having estrogen therapy and during the menopausal time, if we find that the person suffers more often by this migraine headache. After the menopausal time, after 50 years of age, um, the sufferer will find relief from this headache. So there is definitely link with the hormonal changes. Some intense fragrance, fumes, they also aggravate the migraine attack. Hunger, fasting, hot liquor, they can also aggravate the headache. They are one of the triggers. Women are 3 times more prone to migraine than men. Noise can aggravate. Three C's. C's, coffee, chocolate, and cheese. These three C's are the most common triggers in women who suffer from migraine. Whenever you consume more coffee, you consume more chocolates, you consume more cheese, you find that there is higher incidences of migraine attack. Exercises, if you're doing intense exercises, then there are more chances that you get hormonal changes and the migraine attacks. Hormonal imbalances, we already discussed that during some stages like onset of puberty, during delivery of a child, or during menopause, or if somebody is having birth control pills, the chances of getting migraine is more. Next is the, what does Ayurveda say about migraine? It's very interesting and it is the basis of how we treat migraine in Ayurveda. Um, head in Ayurveda is considered superior to other parts of the body. It is known as the Uttam Anga or the superior part. Why? Because in the head area there is existence of vital organs like sense organs, eyes, ear, nose, tongue. They are present in the head area, and there are more than 37 marma points in the um, head area. So it is a very important um, part of the body. It is known as Uttam Anga. And any such pain in such a part, such a superior part of the body, it needs more attention. So Ayurveda headaches are known as Shira Shula, Shiro Tapa, or Shiro Raga. There are terms in Sanskrit language where the Shula, Raga, and Tap mean the pain, and the shiraha or shiro, they mean the head. So any pain in the head, they are known as shirashula, shiratap, or shiro raga. Uh, Ayurveda, we have a concept of three dosha, or the three energies, which, if in balance, make us healthy. If imbalanced, they make us a sufferer. So likewise, every disease we uh, consider them, and we try to find the prevalence, which dosha is the main cause of that disease. So headaches which have the prevalence, or which are caused due to the aggravation of vata dosha, they have peculiar symptoms. If we find these kind of symptoms in our patients, we consider that migraine as a vata dosha problem, and we manage the headache, that particular migraine headache, which is due to the aggravated vata, on specific lines of treatment. So headaches linked with vata dosha, or which are caused by aggravated vata dosha, they're felt more in the back of the head, in the cervical region, and the sufferer has the severe pain with throbbing quality. So throbbing pain, very intense pain, and the location of the pain is in the back of the head. It is a peculiar symptom of headache due to the vata dosha. This type of headache is caused by the vata prakopak ahar, or the vata aggravating diet and lifestyle, like sleeplessness. If somebody is having very less sleep, if he suffers from insomnia, or he's awake in the night and again rise up in the morning, he does not get the good quality sleep, then this aggravates the vata, and that in turn causes this kind of headache. If he's always in hurry, worry, in stress, so this will also aggravate this kind of headache. Indigestion, prolonged fastings, irregular food habits. If somebody is not having a regular food meal time, so this will also aggravate the vata, and in turn, it will be a cause of such kind of headache. Fear, stress, they are the emotional factors that can aggravate the vata. Extreme cold, cool conditions. If somebody is living in a very extreme cool conditions, this will also aggravate the vata, because vata is aggravated during the winter season. If somebody has habit of suppression of natural urges, in practice also we find that the people who suffer headaches, they often have the habit of suppressing their natural urges. What are the natural urges? Ayurveda has described 13 type of urges, but the most common urge that, when suppressed, causes the headache is the sneezing. Most of the people, while sneezing, they hold their nose like this, and they try to avoid sneezing, right? So if somebody has the habit of suppressing sneezing, yawning, sleep, these are the natural urges. Cough, if somebody is having cough or sneezing, or he's uh, feeling sleepy and he suppress these natural urges, then this habit in turn aggravates the vata, and these people suffer more with the vata kind of headaches. These headaches can be triggered due to anxiety, stress, lack of sleep, physical overactivity, because overactivity also increases the vata. So this is brief about how a vata dosha headache looks, and what are the reason how it gets aggravated. So if in practice we find that a person has a history of vata aggravating diet and lifestyle, and the symptoms like pain more in the back of the head and severe pain, throbbing quality is there, we label it as a vata kind of headache, and we treat it accordingly. Next is headache due to the pitta dosha. The second dosha is the pitta dosha. Pitta dosha is very hot. Headaches linked with the pitta dosha, or due to the aggravated pitta dosha, they occur in the temple region, the sides of the head. The person has intense pain on the sides of the head, and the pain can be very sharp and very intense. This kind of headache is caused by pitta aggravating diet, like if somebody is consuming very hot, very spicy food, junk food, and hot beverages, and he has a history of exposure to sunlight or heat, or he's sweating profusely, or has some stress, and more than stress, if somebody is having aggression, then pitta gets aggravated, and that in turn may cause the headache, which has symptoms like more pain in the temple regions, and the pain can be very sharp and very intense. The next, these pains are linked with nausea and vomiting and light sensitivity. The person find it very difficult to open the eyes in bright light. Eyes can turn red, and people tend to feel burning sensation in the body, over the face, in the eyes, over the body also. So this is a kind of pitta dosha. And in my practice, I have found most of the people who suffer from the migraine attack, as the we label it migraine as per the Western science symptoms, they fall into this category, pitta dosha headaches. So people, uh, most commonly we find they have exposure to sunlight or noise or heat is can aggravate their pain. They have nausea, vomiting, and light sensitivity. So they are more. I personally I treat them more with the pitta and slightly with vata kind of treatment. We try to balance more pitta and then vata in these kind of people. So pitta dosha, pitta diet, pitta kind of lifestyle aggravates it. Temple region, nausea, vomiting, eyes and light sensitivity, they are the symptoms linked with the pitta kind of headaches. Next is the headache due to the kapha dosha. Kapha dosha is very cool, very heavy, very moist, oily. So this kind of headache usually occur in front of the head, in the forehead. They are caused due to the sinus congestion, heavy nose. These people suffer more cold, cough. So kapha kind of headaches, they mostly they fall under the sinusitis and sinus congestion type of headaches. So the cause is the kapha aggravation, which can be due to the guru ahar, means heavy food. Heavy food means eating those kind of eatables, those kind of food which are very heavy to digest, which take long time to digest, and they have high calorie value. If the person is always eating this kind of food like cheese, potato, and other dairy products, so they will aggravate the kapha dosha by their properties, and it will cause these kind of symptoms. This kind of headache is very dull. The person will never get the very intense or very high intensity pain, and it is a long lasting pain. He will suffer from headache for 2 days or 3 days, but the pain will be very dull. So we label it as kapha dosha headache. And in practice, I found this kind of headache is not linked with a migraine, but it is more common in people who have headache due to the sinusitis, sinus congestion, or cold and other problems. Then Arvida also mentions the Sannipatik. Sannipatik means it is caused by aggravation of all the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So definitely this kind of headache is more severe. Symptoms of aggravation of all three doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, all are present. It is difficult to treat because when we try to balance Vata, the Kapha gets aggravated. When we try to balance Kapha, Vata gets aggravated. When we try to balance Vata and Kapha together, Pitta gets aggravated. So it is very difficult to manage this Sannipathic headache. And some people who are very reluctant to treatment, who don't find relief with the medicines or therapies, they often fall in this category. They have all the three doshas aggravated. So this is a Sannipathic headache. So what is the next we will discuss what is the pathogenesis, how Ayurveda uh, uh, feel or Ayurveda define that how migraine occurs in the body. As per Ayurveda, headaches known as the Ardhavabhedaka. This is the actual term for migraine headache. Ardhavabhedaka. Ardha means the half. Avabhedaka means uh, a kind of uh, pain when somebody is beating with the rod. So the person feels pain like beating with a rod in half of the head, half-sided headache. This is the actual term we use for migraine, Ardha Avabhedaka. They are due to the imbalance in the three dosha, or all the three doshas. Ardhavvedika frequently occur or migraine frequently occur when aggravated systemic pitta. First, pitta gets aggravated, it circulates and affects the blood vessels. It circulates in the blood vessel, travels around the brain. Then what happens? The blood vessels dilate due to the hot and sharp quality of pitta. And this in turn creates the pressure on the nerves, resulting in a migraine attack. So it's very important to know the pathology or the pathogenesis, how these doshas are causing the migraine or ardhavabhedika in a person who suffers migraine attack. Ayurveda also believe that the cause of migraine is the sensitive nervous system. The people who have very sensitive uh, nervous system, they are suffering from the migraine more often because this sensitive nervous system leads to low ojas or low tolerance. They are have very low tolerance for the noise, very low tolerance for the bright light, speech, and they cannot tolerate uh, these kind of intense uh, triggers. So the sensitive nervous system is one of the reason for ardhavabhedaka or migraine. And second is the improper diet and lifestyle. It's very important. Ayurveda always considers the digestion or our agni or the digestive fire to be one of the prime cause for all most of the diseases. So improper diet and lifestyle which cause poor digestion, mandagni or the low state of digestive fire, and which will in turn produce more toxins. Wherever these toxins go, they will cause the problems. And in this migraine problem or Ardhavavedic problem, these toxins deposit more in the brain area. So they will cause the problem. So we have two factors, the sensitive nervous system leading to the low ojas or tolerance, and the improper diet and lifestyle, which is causing the toxins production in the body, which deposit in the brain area and cause the headache. It's very important to learn the symptoms in detail, what actually the person of a migraine feels or suffers. So first, they have prodromal phase. Before the actual headache, there is a phase. There are some symptoms which fall under the prodromal phase. Few hours to few days before the actual headache, the person has symptoms like feeling very high energy in the body or feeling very lethargy. He may feel very dull, very low, or he may feel very high energy before the actual headache starts. He may have low mood. He may find that he's having craving for some kind of food like sweets or junk food or spicy food. He may have some kind of nausea. Often he's feeling yawning or sleepiness and sensitivity to light and sound before the actual headache comes to the into the picture. So these for few hours to few days, if somebody is suffering, he will have some idea that okay, in few hours or in few days, I'm going to suffer from the migraine. Most of the people give the history of such kind of symptoms when you ask them in detail. Then next there is aura phase, phase of aura. It may occur few minutes to few hours before the actual headache. These people will have very unpeculiar or very uncommon symptoms like they see zigzag lines before their eyes, some flashes before their eyes. They may have blurry vision for few seconds or few minutes. Then it's become normal. Blind spots they may feel they cannot see a few areas when they are watching some movie, some they are reading some books. So these visual symptoms are very common, but they are for few minutes or few seconds, then they get normal. So this often disturbs the person who is suffering from migraine. He thinks he cannot understand what's going in the body, why I'm seeing the zigzag lines or light flashes or blurry vision or blind spots when I'm watching this. Then some neurological symptoms like they may feel some numbness over the face or hypersensitive skin. When they touch their face or they feel it's very painful or it's very sensitive, oversensitive, tingling sensation in the body. So many people give history of such kind of symptoms before the headache. And hallucinations, visual and auditory, means they can hear some sounds which are not present actually. They can see some objects which are not present, and this is a very disturbing symptom. Often they don't understand why it's happening, because this is because of the some hormonal changes in the body, some circulatory imbalances in the body. But these things they all recover after few minutes or after few hours. When the actual headache is there, these things recover. Then the actual headache comes into the picture, which is very throbbing, very intense, recurring. It recurs once a week or once a fortnight, once a month. I will discuss. And they may feel some nausea, actual vomiting. They may even vomit out the contents, whatever they take. After the headache is over, these people will give history of post-DROM phase, or after the headache, they feel very weak. After vomiting or after recovering from the headache, they feel very weak. They have confusion for few minutes, few hours. They cannot understand what had happened to their body. They may feel dizziness and difficulty in concentrating to their day-to-day activity. They find they don't have good concentration, but slowly it recovers. After few hours, they find themselves normal and they resume their duties. This is the post-DROM phase. So prodrome, then aura, then actual headache, then post-drome. They are the common phases how a person of a migraine sufferer feels. If you take the history in detail from the sufferer, if somebody is presenting these kind of symptoms, you can label definitely that he's a sufferer of migraine. How we can manage this problem? Very important. So in Ayurveda, we give more uh, stress on diet and lifestyle modification. It's very important because we feel these kind of problems are caused due to the imbalance in the three dosha, vata, pitta, or kapha. We should always maintain a good diet and lifestyle to restore stability and balance in the body. Depending upon the symptoms, frequency, and intensity of the attack, a healthy diet can manage the migraine headache. And these kind of diet includes, we often ask the sufferer to avoid very hot, spicy food, fermented food. Fermented will always aggravate pitta and vata. So hot, spicy, fermented foods, white sugar, white flour products, and sour or citrus fruits. We often find sour things aggravate, precipitates the headaches, because they can aggravate the pitta in the body. So hot, spicy things, fermented food, white sugar, white flour, citrus fruits, because they can aggravate pitta, so they should be avoided. In practice, I often ask people to avoid beans, cabbage, kidney beans, chocolates, capsicums, as they often cause bloating, nausea, excess gas formation in the body. So they are triggers for the headache. So if you avoid these food articles in the uh, diet, you can to some extent avoid the triggers, and you can reduce the frequency of the migraine attack. Drink more water, eat more fiber, fruits, green leafy vegetables, whole grains. They are always welcomed because will they will definitely help in elimination of the bowels. So toxins will get out of the body, and the person should avoid excessive sugar and salt, animal products, and stimulants like caffeine, tea, alcohol, as they may lead to aggravation of pitta again. They may lead to aggravation of pitta as well as vata, which are the main factors behind the this headache, migraine. So initially, the people may find some relief with caffeine or alcohol. They feel that they have some relief in the headache, but in long term, they will definitely aggravate the problem of the person. We often ask the person to avoid direct exposure to sun, as migraine is predominantly pitta disorder and can be triggered by the hot sun. Bright lights, hot sun, noisy places, one should avoid if he is suffering from the migraine attack. Head massage is very important. In practice, we often ask people to uh, use the medicated herbal oils like Chandan Adi Tela, which has main content as sandalwood, and Ksheer Bala Tela, which is having bala herb and the milk. They are the medicated oils are easily available in the market, in the pharmacies, and they are helpful. Head massage with this gives calming effect to the nervous system. They balance the circulation in the brain, so it gives relaxation to the nervous system. Head massage is very important. Stress management is very important. We most of the time we find that emotional factors definitely trigger the attack. So it's very important to manage the stress. And for this stress management, we often ask people to go for the yoga, pranayam, breathing exercises, and other relaxation techniques in their day-to-day life. Simple yoga and meditation practices can rectify the imbalance that cause the onset of migraine because they definitely rectify the stress. They will definitely balance your energy. So this is very important. Diet and lifestyle modifications. If you are uh, working on these lines, you can to some extent control the frequency of the attack, severity of the attack. Now, if we talk of the treatment in the migraine in Ayurveda, then there are some therapies. First of all, because it is we consider it to be a pitta predominant kind of headache, we often give a virechana therapy. Virechana therapy means the laxation, or we make the person have some loose bowels. With the loose bowels, they will expel the aggravated pitta and feel relief. Most of the teachers, most of the acharya in the Ayurveda, they have given priority for this kind of therapy, Virechana or laxative. But we give mild laxatives, not drastic laxatives. The person should have mild laxatives, so his bowels are cleaned and toxins are removed. And body massage and medicated steam should be done before Virechana. Otherwise, the person feels very weak, and it will lead to some other problems. So first we do body massage, then we give medicated steam to the body, then we give some herbs which will cause the mild laxative effect. Depending upon according to the prakriti of the patient, whether we decide whether the person is vata nature or pitta nature or kapha nature, accordingly we uh, plan the medicines which may cause the mild laxative action in his body. Shirovasti is a very good treatment, very effective treatment for migraine as well as other brain disorders. And the medicated oils that pacify or balance the vata and kapha dosha can be used for Shirovasti. This therapy can cure migraine, throbbing pain, depression, or other brain disorders. We keep the oil in the cap which we tie over the head area for few minutes so that the oils work properly over the and over the brain area, and this is known as Shirovasti. Next is the Shirolepa or plaster, or we use some medicines to apply over the forehead area and the head area, like we depicted in the picture. It's considered to be highly effective in curing migraine caused due to stress. It is a specific technique in which certain herbs are mixed to form paste, which are applied on the head and left for an hour. Then we wipe off with the warm water. This kind of lepa or the plaster is also practiced for the migraine patient sufferers. Next is Shirodhara. Shirodhara is a very common, and most of the people they know what is Shirodhara. Um, I will show the picture. It's very clear that we pour a stream of oil or other liquids over the forehead, and the person feels very relaxing. So in Shirodhara, it has a relaxing effect on the nervous system. A thin stream of any liquid. Mostly we use warm oils, but we can use the buttermilk, we can use the milk, coconut water, anything. They are poured continuously over the forehead area where our nerves are highly concentrated. The pressure of the oil, it creates the vibration in the forehead, which relaxes the mind, give deep sense of mental rest. In pitta type of, we use the cow milk, and it is known as Shirodhara, or with the milk we are doing the Shirodhara. In headache due to the vata problems, we use buttermilk as instead of the oils, we use buttermilk, which is known as the Takradhara. This is a picture about how we do Shirodhara. It takes around 1 hour to do the head massage and then actual Shirodhara and the post operative procedures. So this is very common practice. It gives deep relaxation, so the person finds relief in the headache. Nasya therapy. Ayurveda considers nose to be the door to the brain problems. Nose is the door to the brain. So whenever we want to work over the brain, we work through the nose. And Nasya therapy is installing some medicines, mostly the oils, in the nose, like shown in the picture. This therapy is administered through the nasal route. Medicated oils such as Shirbala oil or Anu Tela, they are put in the nostrils. They work, they get absorbed in the blood vessels near the nose nasal cavity, and they work in the brain disorders as well. Next is the Kavalagraha or oil pulling. During the migraine attack, one can practice this therapy. Very effective. So Kavalagraha is oil pulling is highly recommended in Ayurveda. It is very powerful detoxifying effect. Most commonly we use the Chandan Adi Tela, Chandan Adi oil, and Mahanarayan oil to cure migraine attack in the clinical practice. We often give the person to keep the oil for few minutes in the mouth, and whenever he feels the mouth is full with the saliva and he's not able to keep it for more time, then he spits it, and then he does the gargles. Basti or the medicated enema is another therapy we indicate for removing the toxins in the body, and Basti is the best treatment for pacifying Vata as well as for Shiroroga. So if you find the cause of the headache is more because due to Vata aggravation, or the person is having intense pain in the back of the head and throbbing pain, and he feels more weak, then we plan sometimes the medicated enema also as a treatment. Last but not the least, few tips how we can manage the headache at home. Here are some home remedies. Ginger is very important. When we talk about the migraine attacks, we can use ginger for local application as well as we can use it in form of tea. Tea is very simple. You can boil a cup of water, you can put ginger and then filter it. The ginger tea. You can take few sips during the attack as well. And local application, you should take the dried ginger powder. It is called shunthi or sont in Hindi. And that powder we can mix with some lukewarm water, make some paste, apply over the forehead, temple area, and keep for few minutes. It's a good pain reliever. It will definitely relieve the pain during the attack. Then there are some pressure points. The most common are the Shankhak Marma, these temples area. We can give the anti-clockwise massage during the migraine attacks, these points. Then Sthapni Marma or the center of the eyebrows. This area we can press for few minutes. These these they're very helpful in um, reducing the intensity of the pain during migraine. Cold packs, you can keep the ice packs over the temple region, uh, top point of the head, back of the head. You can keep for few seconds. Head massage is definitely very important during the migraine attack. If somebody is available for head massage with lukewarm oils, you will definitely feel the relief. It will relax the muscles as well as balance the circulation over the period of the head. So he will find good relief with the head massage. We often ask the person to relax in a dark environment, practice the pranayam. Most often we ask to do anulom vilom. He breathes from one nose, nostril, release the uh, air from the other nostrils, then he changes the direction. It is also very relaxing and often gives relief in the intense pain. Some aromas like lavender one can use for um pacifying the headache during the uh, attack. So if you have aromas like lavender aroma, you can uh, put in your handkerchief and you can smell it, or you can use the perfumes in your environment. They will definitely give relief. And oil pulling, as we discussed, is very commonly we prescribe. We ask the person during the headache to keep some quantity of oil in the mouth and keep it like this for few minutes. When you feel it's not possible to hold it more, and you spit it and do the gargle. This kind of practice will also uh, bring the toxins out of the body, and there is some pressure changes in the body as well. So one finds the relief in the pain. That's all for today. Thank you very much for the kind listening. And in the screen you find the my contacts, email ID, and the WhatsApp contact. If you have any questions during the, we are available. If we are available, you can also chat. If you're watching over the YouTube, you can comment, and if you're in the Zoom meeting, you can comment. We are available for the reply. Thank you for kind listening.